Hey everybody, Evan wanted a quesadilla today for lunch. So I thought, well, I'm going to make a little bit different. So I thought I would let you all see what I'm going to do today. Today we're making a ham and cheese quesadilla. Sometimes I think, well, I might ought to call these a hot pocket. I'm not sure this is a quesadilla, but just like I told you all the other day, you can take any combination. If you can get them together and put cheese on it and get it to melt. Now, if I were eating this, I would probably put some onions and peppers on mine. But I doubt if Evan would like onions and peppers. So today we're going to do ham and cheese. So I'm going to let you all see what I'm doing here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up the ham. And I have got just some ham lunch meat like this. Still smells good. Let me get my knife over here. Let me rinse my hands off. Touch the ham, so I don't want to. But now we're going to cut the ham up, and you want to cut it in little pieces, okay? So I'm going to cut it right like this. I'm just going to kind of shred it up in small, not shred it, but cut it in small pieces like this, because you actually want it smaller. And I've got about 3 slices here. I may not use all of it, but I'm going to cut up 3 slices because I might fix myself one here in a minute. I don't know. Okay, now I'm going to turn it this way. And I'm going to slice these little pieces off. And I'm going to put this in the skillet, and I'm going to fry this for just a little bit because lunch meat ham doesn't have just the best flavor in the world. But if you're wanting a quick lunch, and you've got some tortillas on hand, and I'm just going to use Kraft Singles cheese today. You don't always have to use shredded cheese. We're just going to use singles today. So let me put this ham in the skillet here. And normally I don't put any oil with it to do this because it will kind of make its own oil. And I just dropped a piece. I saw it out of the corner of my eye. Okay, let me put that back right there. Well, it must have hit right there. I thought I saw it go all the way down, but I don't guess I did. But right now, we're going to get this in the skillet. And let me get my little, I'll get my little spatula over there so I can kind of get this kind of stirred around. And you can kind of see what this looks like. What I've cut it into just the smaller pieces. And we're just going to let it simmer here and kind of cook on each side. Cook till it's really good and hot and kind of, I like it to brown it just a little bit. So you can hear it kind of starting to sizzle. And it won't take very long to do this. And while this is starting to sizzle, I'm going to, now once it starts, I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. I don't want to burn it up. Once it starts, you're going to crank it down to about medium-low. And then I'm going to undo these 3 pieces of cheese here. Or 2 pieces. I didn't get 3, I got 2. And I like to lay them right on the edge of my little spoon rest there. You can see where I lay them here. I lay them down here on my spoon rest. So I can just pick them up and put them where I want them. Well, I always have the hardest time getting these things come out. American cheese melts really well. So if you've got American cheese, if you don't have it, get you a pack and keep it on hand. Okay? Now, I'm just going to keep moving this around a little bit until it gets fried just a little bit. Let me turn it up. I'm going to turn it back up because I want it to kind of get brown and cook quickly. Let me get a little bowl to put this in. I'll go ahead and get my quesadilla out here. That one looks like it's kind of folded up. I guess it will be all right. So lay it right there. Oh, I sure hope we don't get any of this ice that they're calling for today. Okay. Smells good. I will be back in just a second when I finish getting this done. Okay, we are going again. And I asked Evan what kind of sauce he wanted on the inside of it, you know. And I'm going to put Miracle Whip in his. I know a lot of people are saying, ugh. Well, don't knock it till you try it. Then I'm going to put the ham in next. I'll show you what I'm doing. Just kind of spreading it around. I think I'd do better if I use my hand here. Okay, now we're going to put our cheese on there. And what we're going to do, well, per flitters, I'm going to make some little strips kind of like that. Tear it in little strips and lay it across the top of it. That way it will kind of melt quicker, but, you know, I didn't figure I would use the whole 2 pieces on Evan's sandwich, but I want to make sure it's got enough cheese on it that it's good. Okay, now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little butter down in this skillet. I washed my skillet before I did this. And I'm going to lay that right there in it. Right like that. And I like to use a lid. I know a lot of people don't, but I like to use a lid. So I'm going to put my lid on it. And I'm going to let it cook for about a minute and a half on each side. Just until it gets good and brown, crispy. Not brown, but you know, kind of toasty looking. And I get all the cheese melted and everything on the inside of it. Okay. Now, let me get my spatula where we can turn it. And you can see it's already got that crispy brown on it. I think I like it better the way I did it the first time. Don't put the butter in the skillet. Then as you flip it over and it's hot, just roll your butter across it. I don't think you use as much that way. I don't like putting a lot of greasy stuff. I don't like that real greasy taste. As a matter of fact, right now, I'm going to get a lot of that out of the skillet. It's more than one way to skin a cat. Now, I'm trying to see if it's, yep, it's starting to melt. But these make a really good sandwich. And if you wanted to, like you could put jalapeno peppers on it. You could put, banana peppers. You could put onions. You know, like I was talking earlier, if you have the cooked onions and peppers. You can put them in here. You can even put a little bit of that habanero sauce or the garlic sauce like I had in there. You can use them for a base on this. Or that spinach dip. Any of those things that we were talking about earlier. So, try some different things. Turn it back over on this side. I think probably after I warm it up on this side a little bit, it'll probably be ready to eat. Let me get me a plate. Evan is hungry. He's been doing schoolwork today, and he's ready to eat. He usually loves peanut butter and maple syrup on a sandwich. He likes the peanut butter with a little bit of syrup in it. Then put it, not a lot. I don't put a lot in it. Maybe about a teaspoon, but just enough where he can taste it, and he likes it that way. Uh-oh, I'm pushing the good things out. Okie dokie. There it is. It's ready. Now, it's not as thick as what I made the other day because it's not near as big. But I'm going to get my pizza cutter out and I'm going to let you see what it looks like. Well, I think I'm going to get... I have a husband that likes to move everything around in my kitchen. And I don't know what he's done with the pizza cutter right now. So I guess I will use a knife. Let me get my knife back up here. It probably would be better if you let it rest for just a minute or two before you try to cut it. Okay, now here's what it looks like on the inside. So look at that. All that cheesy goodness in there. See all that melted cheese and ham? That's a good little snack or lunch for a child, or if you want to, if you're making it for an adult, you can add a lot more things to it. And if you like mushrooms and things like that, at the beginning of the week or on the weekend, get you some mushrooms, saute them in butter, whatever it is you like to cook them in. Get them done, put them in a little container, put them in the refrigerator. Then when you get ready to make things like this, you'll have your peppers, onions, mushrooms, just whatever you like in it. And then you've got a nice big sandwich, something to make a meal out of. So you all try these. If you make one and you make one different than what I'm making, let us see it. Let us know about it. I made a pepperoni pizza one for Robert last week, and I'm telling you, it was really good. And I used my ragu spaghetti sauce as the base, and then I put pepperonis and mozzarella cheese and some other kind. A little bit of cheddar, I think, both of them in it. And he really liked it. So you all try it. Let us know what you think, and tell us some of your creations. What do you put on yours? Show us a picture. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.